around the island. Introducing the Pacific Tectonic Plate. A tectonic plate is a giant piece of land containing the Earth's crust and uppermost mantle. There are 7 major tectonic plates on Earth. The Pacific Tectonic Plate is constantly moving northwest. The Pacific Plate moves approximately 7 to 11 centimeters or 3 to 4 inches per year. Each of the Hawaiian Islands were formed when the Pacific Plate slid over a hotspot. The hotspot in Hawaii is still active today. Active volcanoes indicate an active hotspot. Over time, the Pacific Plate moved across a hotspot located in the Earth's mantle. This hotspot creates magma, and over time, this magma pushes through the Earth's surface. And when the magma pushes through, it becomes lava. This lava flows into the ocean, cools, and begins to create layers of basalt that continue to grow with each new flow. The layers continue to grow, growing past the ocean surface. And that's how the islands were formed. But how did plants and animals come to Hawaii?
With wind, water, and wings, plants that ended up in Hawaii were able to evolve into thousands of new, unique species. While many species migrated to Hawaii to colonize, it is estimated that one species every 35,000 years. When a volcano erupts and spews lava, the plants in that area will die. That decomposing plant creates a mulch that helps the next generation of plants thrive.
Animals were brought to Hawaii through many different ways, by swimming, floating on logs and rafts, flying, or being brought to the island by canoes by travelers such as Captain Cook and settlers such as Polynesians.
Let's take a look around the Big Island.
Oh, look, a magic card. Looks like it's a species card. Let's see what we found. We've discovered the Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua'a. Their habitat is shallow reefs and close to ground. Life history can live up to 13 years and grow up to 10 inches long, and eats small invertebrates and algae. The Humu Humu Nuku Nuku Apua'a is associated with the Hawaiian demigod and shapeshifter Kamapua'a. Kamapua'a was chased into the ocean by Pele, the goddess of fire, and had to take form as a fish to escape her.
Now let's take a look around these areas of Big Island. Look, a magic card. Looks like it's a plant card. Let's take a look. We've discovered the koa tree. They are large, fast-growing evergreen trees. They can grow up to 100 feet. They're found on Big Island, but also on Maui and Oahu. They fertilize the forest for other plants to thrive and feed many animals. Koa means brave, bold, fearless, or warrior. The koa tree was important during ancient times for harvesting of wood. It was used for building canoes and hand tools. Moths and butterflies love to hang around these trees. This tree produces a fruit called a pod. We should protect this tree because it is important to other plants and animals.
Now let's take a journey to the top of Mauna Kea. Look, a magic card. Looks like a species card. Let's take a look. We've discovered the Waikiu bug. It was discovered in 1983 by Ashlock and Gagne. It's found on the top of Mauna Kea, which is also known as a high alpine desert. It can lay up to 75 eggs in its lifetime, and it eats dead insects blown up to the mountain by the wind. The Waikiu bug is so small it's the size of a single grain of rice. The Waikiu can also withstand a wide range of temperatures from 90 degrees to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. For us humans, that is really hot to really cold.
Now let's move on and take a look around Hilo. Look, a magic card. Looks like a species card. Let's take a look. We've discovered the I'o. It was discovered in 1848. Its habitat is open savannas and rainforests, and it is only found in Hawaii. And it likes to eat smaller mammals. The i'o is a royal symbol of Hawaiian legend and often seen as a family god known as Aumakua. The i'o can live up to 17 years. They are also monogamous, meaning they spend their whole life with one partner.
Conservation is the act of protecting the Earth's natural resources for future generations. Conservation protects biodiversity, which is the variety of life on Earth. It is important for us to protect these species because they are all a part of a bigger picture.